Good morning everyone. Happy Star Wars Day. It is May the 4th, so may the 4th be with us today in whatever we choose to do. So this morning it is Monday, it is our resistance band or weights workout. Resistance bands are preferable. Now please do remember, if you are joining this class today, that this is more of an intermediate class. It's not really for beginners or people with issues or injuries. There are plenty of other classes which are much safer and more suitable for you. So for example, the Wednesday morning back care class or the Thursday morning level 1 mat class. But if you are joining in this morning, please do make sure that you are fit and well, and that if you do need to, if you're doing this class and you do have an issue or an injury, obviously I'm not here to correct you like I would be in class, so please do make sure that you work safely. Nice clear working area, and have your weights or your bands ready. So like I said, bands are preferable just because when we're doing leg work and core work, if you're using the weights, it's not quite the same effect. It's okay. So just make sure that they are safely out of your working area. You're not going to trip over them. If you are using weights today, remember you're going to hold them, fingers wrapped round and then thumbs up. Okay, so try not to wrap your thumbs around, point your thumbs forwards. So we've got Christine and Louise, good morning to you. Okay, so we're going to start, now, okay, it is 10 o'clock. Right. So a little quick warm up before we start. Let's just get everything moving and active. So standing in our good standing posture, heels underneath those hip bones, balance through the feet. So just let the toes spread out, find the centre of the heel and even out the pressure through the whole of the foot. Let's lengthen up through the legs, check the knees aren't locked, pelvis into neutral. 30% up through those abdominals, include the rib cage. Now let's go up to the throat, chin back, front of the throat switched on, shoulders relaxed. Okay, we'll take a breath in, bring the arms up. Exhale, bring them down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we're focusing on that big breath, that big 360 breath all the way around the body. One more, we're going to leave the arms here. Let's come into foot pedals with a bow and arrow. So the elbows coming back and we're lifting one heel. Trying to keep the hips and the shoulders still as you work. But just watch for the shoulder dropping forwards. Let's really wake those feet up and the legs. We'll do one more each side. Okay, now we're going to step the leg back and we're going to open out. So you're going to rock back, stretch out and reach up and over. Now if that's not available to your shoulder, just modify safely. You might want to stretch out and then just come back. But big breath in, up and over if you can. Stepping back, stretch, up and over. One more. Now come up into a knee lift for me. And then step it back, bring the arms down. We're just going to do some little lunges, only small. Think about bringing your sitting bone of your front leg towards your heel. And push back up. So I don't want you to go far, just a little lunge. And pushing up, keeping that tall spine. One more. And stepping in. Let's change sides. Stepping back, and you're going to pull, open out, big reach up and over, and step. Inhale, and into that knee lift. Let's step it back, bring the arms down, little lunges, not too deep. Think of pulling that sitting bone towards your heel. That's going to help you get that hamstring switching on. Last one. And stepping in. Okay, feet together now, if that's comfortable for your pelvis. And we're going to take a big stretch up. Palms forwards, just check you haven't locked your elbows out. Elbows facing the front. Now, as you exhale, I'd like you to squeeze the knees together and pull up through that centre line of the body. Really switch that core on. So a breath in. Now exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Squeeze the knees, lift the pelvic floor. Inhale. Exhale. And in. Sorry, phone was on silent, don't know how that happened. And back down. Okay, from there, gliding the leg out, reaching out with the opposite arm, and back in. Push the toe away, little finger, and down. One last one, and down. Changing sides. Let's reach out, push that toe away, push the little finger away, and back down. Stretch and reach, and down. One more. And down. Fantastic. Right, we're going to grab that band now, or your weights. This is arms and shoulders to begin with. We're going to start off nice and easy. Okay, so grab your band. You're going to step your foot onto the band. Make sure you haven't got both feet on the band, you just want one. Okay, and it's coming up the outside. Again, we're going to take the palm facing forwards and standing tall, and check you haven't locked your elbow out. Work from the shoulder cap. Let's pull up tall. Inhale. Exhale just to here. That should be an effort. If it's not, tighten your band. Okay. Now you should feel that this side of your core is really working too. So it's resisting doing that. Staying tall and upright. So keep lifting up out of your hips as well. Exhale. Inhale. Always breathing out on that effort, because that's where we need more strength and control. Our abdominals are working, so let's exhale as we do that. Two more. And we're going to hold this last one. Let's hold. Pulse. And back down. Right, bring that band up. You're going to swap hands. So right onto your hip bone. Make sure you're not up on your waist. You want to be down on your hip, diagonal line. Draw the sword. Let's take a breath in. Exhale, pull up to the ribs. Inhale, back down. Exhale, pulling up. Inhale, down. Making sure that shoulder stays down, and we are working that shoulder cap rather than the muscles going up to your neck. So just be mindful of where you're feeling this. And seeing that elbow just out of the corner of your eye. I'm going to do one more. Okay, swapping hands again, but I'm going to go right to the end of my band now. So it's going to be quite loose when it's down, because we want to go higher now. So if shoulders will allow, and take a breath in. Exhale, you're coming up. Inhale down. Actually, could do with a little bit more. So So feel free to adjust that resistance as you need to. Exhale. Inhale. Last two. And one more. And release. Okay, let's go to the other side. So again, grabbing that band, making sure you've only got one foot on that band. Okay, because they are a bit slippy. Bit of tension on. Palm forwards, elbow straight but not locked. Little movement this time, so smaller range of movement. Exhale and inhale. Exhale and inhale. Again, we're pulling up tall so that you can feel the opposite side working. We're going to do 3 more. And 2. And holding this one. Hold here, little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And down. Let's bring it in and swap hands. So back of the hand facing forwards this time. Elbow out to the side and this shoulder stays down and relaxed. The neck stays long. Let's take a breath in. Exhale into draw the sword, pulling up to your ribs. Inhale back down. Exhale up. Inhale down. Two more. Last one. And down, swapping sides again, but loosening that tension so that we can go higher up. So again, palm forwards, elbow soft, breath in, exhale all the way up and down. Exhale, coming up, inhale down. So try and keep that body as still as you can. Two more. And one last one. Excellent. Right, I feel like we really need to get those feet and legs moving again now. So let's come into some lunges. We're going to take the band. I'd like you to take it hip width and you're going to have your palms facing downwards. Okay, so if you've got weights, you're just going to hold them with palms down. Right, so back to your hip distance, standing tall. Let's step one leg back, hinge forward. Now, put a little bit of tension into that band. And as you come down into your lunge, so you're hinged, you're going to just push forwards and pull back in. Try not to lose the tension on the band. You should feel that this is coming from your arms, your shoulders, and your back. One more here. Now, can you take it a little bit higher? So release that tension for a moment. Exhale, tension back on. Breath in. Come into that lunge, you're going a little bit higher. And in. And in. Okay, and down. Release the tension. Just the same on the other leg. So hip distance. Hinged forwards. tension on. Coming down into that lunge, you're pushing forwards and in. And a bit higher. Push. Keeping those shoulders down and wide. Last one. And in. Release that tension. Okay, just pop the band over your arm and just give the hands a wriggle. So if you've got weights, pop them down. You might want to give them a quick roll on the hips. Okay, give them a squeeze. Right, from there we're going to go into our monkey squat. Now we're going to take both feet onto the band, so please do be aware that this is a bit of a trip hazard. Bands are slippy, so if you haven't got grip socks on, and especially if you're on a tiled wall on a hard floor, just take care, be cautious with this one. Right, so you want to have a bit of tension in the band between the feet. Well, that's quite fun. I feel like you're walking like a penguin. Like when you had stilts when you were a kid. Okay. Right, palms facing inwards. We're going to add in a bicep curl. So into your hinge. Take the arms out. Now as you squat, you're going to curl. So lift that band up towards your shoulders. And curl. Make sure those big toes are staying down for me. Two more. Last one. And up. Let's release that tension and gently release the band. Okay, right, from there we're going to come back to the lunges, but we're going to do them two different ways. Firstly, I'd like to take them a little bit wider than your legs, palms facing down. Okay, and we're going to take, actually, yeah, that's easier. If you want to go, it's triceps, back of the arm. If you want to work them a bit harder, go a bit narrower. Okay, but if that brings tension up into here, go wider with your hands. All right, so don't mind which leg you have forwards first, because we're going to do one set like this, and then we're going to swap and do some others on the other leg. So shoulders down, spine tall. Let's take those arms up. Now you're going to bend them back. Come down into your lunge, you're going to push forwards. Bend them in. Elbows stay wide and high. Try not to flare your ribs out. Push. And in. One more. And in. Bring it all the way down. Let's swap legs. You're going to take it behind your back now. Now you do want to have it at the width of your back, palms facing away. Feet hip distance. Hinged forwards. Breath in. Exhale, you're pushing towards that back heel. Push. Draw the elbows up high, but not the shoulders. Push down. Pull those elbows up wide and high. Two more. Last one. Okay, right, time to come down onto the mats. So nice and safely, into on the walk. Now you know this one. We've done this the last few classes. Again, if you're using weights, just one weight. So whichever leg you've got in front, you want your weight in the opposite hand. If you're using a band, width of your knees. Now with a weight, it's going to be a lot harder. With a resistance band, we're actually using the resistance for a bit of work, but then we're using it to help us get back up. So with the weights, you might not want to go quite as far over, okay? Now try and anchor this hip down. If you need to, pop yourself up on a block or a cushion. Right, shoulders down and wide. Let's take that band up. Now we're going to stretch over, breath in, exhale, push down, up and up. Inhale, exhale. Really try not to grip with the opposite hip, so think of pushing your knee into the floor. Now we're going to hold this one, top hand, take it behind the head, take it back again, take it round, take it back. Let's take it to the back, bend it in, bend and push. Keep lifting those ribs though, don't just rest onto that side, keep it active. Last two, push. Now bring it back, breath in, exhale, come up and bring the arms down. Right, let's swap sides. So again, try and settle that hip for me. Sitting tall, remember if you feel like you grip into your hips, think about pressing, keep the hip down, but think about pressing your knee into the mat rather than gripping down into the hip. Right, shoulders relaxed, spine tall. Let's come up. Inhale. Now exhale, push. And up. Exhale, inhale, exhale, use that tension, coming back up. Last one we're going to hold, push down. Now lift those ribs, you're going to take that band behind and in front. Circle it back and in front. Working right into that shoulder. Keep those ribs lifted, staying at the back. Bend and push. Last one. And bring it to the side. Breath in. Use that tension. Exhale up. And bring the arms down. Let's give those shoulders a roll. Right, turning our attention to the legs a little bit more now. So we're going to come over into 4-point position. So if you're using weights, you'll do this without the weights. If you've got ankle weights, great, pop those on. Otherwise, you're going to use your band. Now flex your foot. Pop that band round the foot. Okay, so that you you've got it nice and firmly on that foot, last thing you want to do is ping that band out. Right, spread the fingers out, middle finger pointing forwards. Now you can relax the other leg. We're going to go into pinpoint legs. Shoulders wide, stabilise through the shoulders. And I think with that band there, it also helps you to focus on that shoulder stability because you're kind of pushing down into that band to hold it in place. Now keep your foot flexed, push your toe along the floor, stretch that leg out. Inhale back in. Exhale, push out. Inhale back in. One more. Stay there. Now, keep that band on. Lift, tap, lift, tap. Exhale on that lift. Just one more. And back in. Right, changing legs. Pop the other foot in. Make sure it's around the arch. Take the other leg out. Foot flexed. And just pushing out to begin with. Slide that toe along the mat. And you can feel how this works your core harder. Two more, we're staying out on that last one. So next one, we're staying here with that extended leg. Take a breath in, exhale, lift. Inhale, exhale. One more. And back in. Release that band. Okay. Bit more leg work now, so we're going to come down onto our backs. So if you bring yourself down safely, over onto your back. Now we're going to start with some frog legs. So if you have sciatic issues, you might want to do this in parallel instead. Okay, it just means you're going to do 2 sets in parallel, but that's okay. You could try it, see if it brings on any symptoms. If it doesn't, it's up to you whether you carry on there or not. Okay, but we're going to take foot into the band, and you want to take both ends across. Now, you want to press that knee out to the side and have your heel lined up with the middle of your body. Okay, we're holding nice and firmly, chin nodded, shoulders wide. Now just check you're not rolled onto that side. Make sure you're balanced across the pelvis, feel anchored. Take a breath in. Now push through from the hip, push forwards. Keep that leg turned out. Keep that turn out, press the thigh out to the side as you come back in. Pushing out. And in. Really press that thigh back. You should feel it going right into the hip. And in. Okay. Open the band out. Change sides. So take the other leg in. Bring the band across. Anchor the band down. Rib cage down. Pelvis anchored. So just feel the pressure on each side. Have you tilted over? Keep both hips down. Press that knee out. And exhale, push. And come back in. And push. And back in. Pressing that thigh out. 2 more. One last one. And back in. Okay, now, as I said at the beginning, you should be doing this class if you are fit and well and haven't really got any issues or injuries. However, if you are doing, and you do have hernia, diastasis, prolapse, spine density issues, there's a whole list here. We're going to do this next exercise with both legs in the air. However, if I just mentioned a group that applies to you, you're going to go back and do one leg at a time each. Let's stay safe. Okay, otherwise you're coming both feet in, turned out, then you're going to have to hold the band up here. Okay, exhale, push out, squeeze the legs together, bend back in. Exhale, push out, bend back in, push, and in, push, and in, push, and in, last one, and in. Okay, turning back to parallel, let's take one leg out. Now, we're going into stretch and bend. Make sure your hamstrings are switched on. I'm actually going to sort that band out a bit. I like to have it fairly flat on the foot just so that I feel it's held. Okay, now, I'm going to start off this position, other foot firmly planted on the floor. Gently push through your foot, feel anchored on that side. And we're going to push this leg out. Control it back in. So make sure as you come back in, you're not leaving your heel up in the air somewhere. Bring it down. You should not be able to see your toes. Right, two more. Now push out, lift and lower, lift and lower, neutral spine throughout. One more. Okay, we're going to go into a second set. However, if you were one of those groups that I mentioned before, you're going to do it just the same. You're going to keep one foot on the floor. That's going to keep your spine, keep your abdominal muscles safe. If that doesn't apply to you, you're going to stretch the other leg out, lift, and we're going to switch. So you're going to push and switch. Push and switch. Two more. Now, take that other leg up to the ceiling. If it's not already on the floor, if it's on the floor, keep it there. Just bring that leg up and down. Find it a little bit harder to anchor that pelvis because you haven't got your foot on the floor. So your core's got to work a bit harder. And in, let's change feet. Okay, foot down. Anchor through the floor, through the pelvis, rib cage and foot. And pushing out and in. So remember to really bend that knee back in, don't leave your foot up in the air. Bend it in, feel that hamstring switch on. So it's not about bringing your knee towards you, it's about getting a good bend at the knee. That means bringing your heel down. Two more. Last one, we're staying out here. Let's come up and down. And again, bending in. So second set, if you're one of those groups, otherwise coming up, and you're going to switch. I'm doing the feet the other way around, aren't I? There we go, stretch it in. It's just automatic, my feet just do it. You might just have your feet relaxed. Try and do something with them if you can remember to, but it might prove a bit too much coordination to think about, having to think about the foot as well. But it's always nice to add in the feet, it just means more of the body is doing something. And it increases that chance of us getting some good muscle memory into some beneficial movement patterns. One more. So then you're going to stretch out, you're going to lift and lower. Lift and lower. Last one. And in. Okay, foot down. Right, let's take that band off the legs. We're going to come, well, I'm going to swap bands actually. I'm not going to come over. We'll do that next. We're going to do that nice shoulder bridge one first. So I've switched to my lighter band. If you've only got a medium or a heavy band, you could do this without, or you might want to just bring the arms a bit further down. So first of all, into your shoulder bridge. So open the shoulders, rest on the little fingers, and spine into the mat. Push the knees forwards, hips open, glutes switch on, breath in, and exhale. Curl back down. Make sure those toes stay pressing into the mat for me. Keep them down. Even if they really want to lift, even if you feel like doing that's going to help your shoulder bridge, it isn't. Keep those toes down. Push and lift. And down. Okay, right. Now, those of you in the groups that I modified for before, you're going to do this without the shoulder bridge. Okay, so we're going to take the band around the foot, making sure it's in the middle, and I want to hold it palms up. Okay, I'm going to open the chest, push the leg up to the ceiling. Now, if you're one of those groups, you're going to stay here, right, anchor your shoulders, anchor that rib cage, and you're going to push up, single leg shoulder bridge, and come back down. Pushing up. Excuse the noise, we've got a four-legged visitor. And down. And curling up. And down. Right, you're going to push up and stay here. You're coming across and out. Sorry, I didn't give a modification for the rest of you. I don't know what you... Maybe thought she's forgotten us. So if you was not doing the shoulder bridge, were you just staying there with your leg in the air? One last one, sorry about that. And curling back down. I was distracted by thinking we'd end up doing doggy Pilates. Right. Okay, changing legs. So, if I got you to there and told you you had to keep your hips on the floor, maybe just do a bend and stretch towards you. See how that feels. That's a bit like doing a squat or a lunge, but with the band. Okay, otherwise, curling up and back down. Curling up and down. Two more. Hold holding this one, and this is where you're all joining in. We're going across and out. So if you're up in that shoulder bridge, really anchor the other leg still, press through the floor. This is hard work on the shoulders too, isn't it? One last one. And curling back down and in. Very well done. Right, let's take that band off. Okay, now we are going to come over onto the side and push up. Right, so final little section. I'm back to my medium band. Don't worry if you haven't got different resistances, just use what you've got. Now we're going to take it across the feet, and I'd like you to have your feet hip distance so that we are then still working our pelvic stabilisers because we're resisting those feet being pulled together. And press into the band with your toes, so don't let the band just pull your toes back. Let's strengthen the feet at the same time. Right up onto those sitting bones. Tall spine, breath in. Now let's exhale, do a tricep row. So pull back, bringing your wrist towards your hips. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Stay sat tall. Last one. Okay, crossing that band over into our fly. So we've done this one. Keep pressing those toes in. Palms are down now, but collarbones are wide. Don't let it drag your shoulders forwards. Think tall spine. Breath in. Exhale. Elbows up high. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Last one. Okay, now we're going to repeat those. If, however, you're one of those groups that I talked about before, you're going to stay sat upright. Otherwise, we are coming into a half curl. So you're going to uncross your band, soften your kneecaps and press down through your heels. Now tuck under and curl back. Think of lengthening your waist. Try and anchor those heels. Stay here. Make sure you're hollowed, but you've not collapsed the upper back. So just tucking the pelvis under. Okay, coming back to the hips again. Press into those toes. Soft knees, anchored heels. Last one. And up. Okay, crossing the band over again, ready for that fly. So you might want to have a little bit less tension again, palms down. So if you're curling back with me, anchor the heels, think of lengthening the waist, lengthen away from your hips, hollow the abdominals, just check nothing's pushing up here, particularly not seeing a little triangle or a line. So that's a vertical line. If that's happening, stay upright for me. Last two. And one. And back up. Okay. From there, we're going to cross the legs. Now, sitting really tall, right up on your sitting bones. Let's take one arm up and over, side stretched, keep the opposite hip anchored. Now reach round, I want you to circle across the legs and up, come up and over. Try to keep the knees as still as you can. This time when you come up, keep the arm up here, bend it behind the back, take hold of it with the other hand. Oh, she says I can normally do that. Okay. Shoulders not playing today. Maybe grab hold of that elbow and just gently push back and down to feel a stretch in the tricep. It was all that gardening yesterday. Ooh, and stretch up and down. Okay, so again, other way. Stretch over. Keep the hips and the legs still if you can. Up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And up, hand down the back. And again, lift and stretch back. And release. Now, we've done lots of fantastic leg lengthening when we were using those bands before, so they should be okay. Let's come over onto hands and knees. This is why you don't necessarily always need to do stretching with Pilates. So if you've got the right combination, so we're just doing our cat curls now, of exercises, you should be getting lengthening and stretching as well as contraction and stabilisation. And back. Now from there, I'm going to come up into standing with a monkey squat. I'm tucking my toes under, hands to the side of the knees. Keep the chest lifted. So just push the feet down, come into your squat position, and then push up. Okay. Back to our good standing posture. Let's take a big stretch up and over. Soft knees, circle round, hang heavy in the middle, and curl back up. To the other side. Inhale. And exhale. And up. Soft knees, big stretch up. Breath in for me. And exhale. And thank you very much for joining me this morning. The sun has come out. It looks like it's going to be another glorious day, so may the 4th be with you. Have a wonderful time. This evening it is bar class at 6:30 p.m, so if you'd like to join us then, very welcome to. If not, I shall see you later on in the week. Take care.